Tonight on CTV News at 6, calls for change after voter privacy breach. The fallout after a separatist group allegedly obtained the province's elector list illegally.
People that are good at this don't need to log in and submit things. They can hack into these things very easily.
Plus, the number of orphan wells in our province has reached a new high.
The more sites that end up at the Orphan Well Association, the longer it's actually going to take to get these sites cleaned up if we don't fund it properly.
And
Edmonton's reign as the Western Conference champions is coming to an end.
After back-to-back Stanley Cup appearances, the Oilers suffer a first-round exit.
An average team with high expectations, you're going to be disappointed.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nariman Issa.
Good evening. Alberta's Privacy Commissioner is calling for changes to legislation after a separatist group allegedly obtained the province's elector list illegally. Elections Alberta and the RCMP are now investigating after the Centurion Project posted the list online. As CTV's Connor Hogg reports, one criminologist says Albertans are now at risk of identity theft.
We have reason to believe you are using that list.
The Office of the Information and Privacy Commissioner of Alberta says the unauthorized use of 2.9 million voters' personal information is evidence of a concerning gap in Alberta's privacy laws. The official electors list includes any information provided when you register to vote.
Your name, number, your address. I believe sometimes if people want to make their emails available to Elections Alberta, they can.
Evan Menzies with Crestview Strategy spent years working in Alberta politics. He says parties use the lists to help elections run better and faster.
It cuts down the resourcing time for parties to be able to contact people and make sure that they know if they've been to that door before. It also helps during advanced voting periods and election day periods for political parties to make sure that they're doing effective outreach with currently registered voters.
The electors list is provided in trust to every provincial political party and carries strict compliance rules. Former EPS Inspector Dan Jones says the information included could be used to cause serious harm.
The first thing I think of, probably because of my background, is identity theft and the impact that identity theft can have on human beings and people.
Documents previously posted on the Centurion Project's website showed participants needed a login in order to access the information.
People that are good at this don't need to log in and submit things. They can hack into these things very easily. So it's very likely that somebody has got some of this data, and it's going to be potentially cause harm to people.
Jones says the best way to make sure you haven't been victimized is to request a credit report. Alberta's Privacy Commissioner is now calling on the provincial government to change privacy laws to include political parties. Premier Danielle Smith says she's waiting for the results of RCMP and Elections Alberta's investigations before she'll consider possible legislative changes. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
One journalist calls the leak preventable, claiming she told officials about the problem a month ago. In late March, Jen Gerson received a tip that the Centurion Initiative had access to Alberta's list of electors. Gerson immediately passed along the information to Elections Alberta. She was told the evidence was compelling, but it couldn't start an investigation because there weren't reasonable grounds an offense had occurred.
The end result of that choice is that for 30 days, all of the Alberta electors' personal information was on an easily accessible website for anybody who had the Garumba to sign up for it.
Now, Elections Alberta says changes made by the UCP last year means it has a very high standard for what it can investigate. It needs reasonable grounds to start an investigation, similar to the amount of evidence needed in a police investigation. Now, an hour ago, Alberta's Chief Electoral Officer issued a statement stating in part it will recommend removing the reasonable grounds requirement as it has indeed impacted Albertans in this and other matters. Elections Alberta also says the release of the unauthorized list of electors will require additional scrutiny of signatures on citizen initiative petitions. That includes the Stay Free Alberta Independence question and Corb Lund's coal mining petition. It will now need to confirm they are authentic and not lifted from the leaked list. A new pipeline is being revived in North America out of canceled Keystone XL parts. U.S. President Donald Trump signed an order authorizing a proposed project to transport Canadian oil across the border. CTV's Judy Trin looks at the economic spillover effects.
This is a presidential permit authorizing the Bridger pipeline.
U.S. President Donald Trump approves a permit for the Bridger pipeline, a new take on a project scrapped by Joe Biden.
Slightly different than the last administration.
After years of pressure from environmental groups and Indigenous communities, the first Keystone pipeline was canceled in 2021. Now, under Trump, construction of the new pipeline would take a different route, running along the Montana-Saskatchewan border before a south turn towards Wyoming. The Bridger pipeline would connect the northern link owned by Alberta's South Bow Corporation to deliver much more crude oil to the Americans.
A huge new export capacity, probably about 550,000 barrels is the nameplate capacity, and certainly echoes the Keystone XL that had so many issues.
It's potentially going to be on stream by 2029 to early 2030, so pretty quick turnaround as opposed to a brand new pipeline taking at least 8 years.
On social media, Alberta's premier said it took years of advocacy. Danielle Smith said after signing the Canada-Alberta Energy Agreement and the lifting of the federal oil and gas cap, hard work is paying off. Speaking in Calgary, the Minister of Natural Resources spoke of a bright energy future.
This government and Canadians now understand that energy is the engine of Canada's economy.
But there was a pipeline rupture in 2022 in Kansas. More reason, environmental groups say, to oppose this new project.
The developers are hoping that this project will pick up where Keystone left off, but they may regret that because this project is going to meet with the same opposition that Keystone did.
As for the Canadian partner in this, Calgary-based South Bow, it says it's still waiting for more consultation from commercial partners as well as more regulatory approvals. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
The number of orphan wells in our province has reached a new high. The recent closure of a Calgary-based company means the Orphan Well Association has taken on more than 4,000 new wells. That has some calling on the Alberta Energy Regulator to demand more from industry for cleanup. CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports.
These pump jacks near Bruderheim, northeast of Edmonton, are no longer the responsibility of Long Run Exploration. The company filed for receivership last year. Last month, the Orphan Well Association took over care of its remaining sites.
So we aren't going to be able to do too many long run sites in this fiscal year, but we are planning for next year to do a lot more.
The association's president says it received more than 4,000 wells from Long Run. 3,000 need to be decommissioned. The others need remediation and reclamation. The association already had 4,200 wells that needed decommissioning.
It's a large number that's being turned over at one time, and it does add materially to our inventory.
It's concerning because, the more sites that end up at the Orphan Well Association, the longer it's actually going to take to get these sites cleaned up if we don't fund it properly.
Philip Meitzer is with the Coalition for Responsible Energy. Formed last year, it's made up of groups including health and environmental organizations and rural landowners.
Well, I'm a landowner with an orphan well on my land. It was drilled in 2008. Everything was fine until 2017. The checks stopped coming.
Two Hills landowner Dwight Popovich is now being compensated through the Land and Property Rights Tribunal, paid for by the province or taxpayers. Well cleanup is paid for through an industry-funded levy. One, analysts say, is grossly underfunded.
While that inventory has almost doubled overnight, gone up by almost 100% overnight, the Orphan Well levy, which is charged to industry to clean up orphan wells, was only increased 7%.
The AER says it has been planning for this transfer over a year. This fiscal year, it's collecting $154 million through the levy, up from $114 million the previous year. Long Run's liability 1 year ago was pegged at more than $400 million.
That will go to the Orphan Well Association. With their previous estimate, they'll have
$1.5 billion in liability. There is no formula for which the levy is set. The AER and the OWA set it in a discussion with industry behind closed doors.
As projected cleanup costs rise, this public interest lawyer fears taxpayers will end up holding the bag. He believes the regulator, with the support of government, should pay off the backlog immediately, while the industry can afford to do so. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A Calgary father has been charged with first-degree murder in the deaths of his 2 children, aged 5 and 3. Police say he called 911 and confessed. The parents had been separated for a little less than a year. Now, the identities of the victims and the accused are protected by a publication ban, and they will not be named. CTV's Kevin Green reports.
Barely able to stand, the children's mother was helped into St. Michael Eritrean Orthodox Church. Her 2 children were found dead Thursday morning inside an SUV on 14th Street Northwest. Police say they were killed around midnight Wednesday. A 37-year-old man has now been charged.
The victims have been identified as a 5-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl. We have charged the children's father with the 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Inside the church, members of the Eritrean community wept openly, mourning the loss of the 2 children. Police had been called to the family home 4 times, but no charges were ever laid. Wednesday, the father picked up his kids between 5 and 6 p.m. for a planned trip to the playground. When he failed to return, Mom called the police, who told her her best recourse was through the courts, which is where they found her on Thursday and gave her the news.
I think it highlights for me that the conversation really does need to shift and change so that we are more inclusive in our understanding of what is domestic violence and abuse, and be a little more concerned maybe about the potential impacts to other people beyond just the 2 adults in the relationship.
A spokesperson for the Eritrean church says the murders and subsequent sense of loss is overwhelming for the entire community.
This has never been happening in our community, and it is just a devastation for us, for the whole community, and we're just shaken by what has happened.
Members of the Police Victim Support Unit, as well as Calgary's Immigrant Outreach Society, were at the church assisting the mother.
It's really hard for Mom. She doesn't have any family member in Canada. She raised them alone, and having this, nightmare. I don't know how she's going to bear it.
It was around 10 a.m. Thursday, just meters from the District 3 police station, where officers found the children's bodies.
The accused contacted 911 and stated that he had killed his children and gave his location. He was parked just north of 3 District on 14th Street in the 4500 block, and that's where our officers found him.
Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
The province has confirmed the name of a daycare where an alleged sexual assault happened in April. The Education and Childcare Minister says the accused was a teaching assistant at Kidstown Daycare in the West End. Last week, Edmonton police charged 21-year-old Kulraj Singh with sexual assault and sexual interference. Police say a parent reported an incident involving their child. Police say Singh worked at 2 daycares but would not release which ones. Singh's certification has been suspended, which prevents him from working in any childcare programs. The minister says parents with children at Kidstown would have been contacted directly. Now, he says childcare licensing has taken steps to ensure safety, and his department is working on creating a more transparent notification system. Edmonton police say a random shooting last month narrowly missed a child. Police say in early April, shots were fired near a schoolyard in the area of 133rd Avenue and Clairview Road. It happened at around 4 o'clock in the morning. Police were told one shot went into the bedroom of a home and narrowly missed a sleeping child. Police don't believe the home was targeted. Investigators believe someone fired the shots after meeting someone in a car. They are releasing these images of a suspect and the car, and they hope someone will come forward with information. Edmonton Oilers Stanley Cup hopes are over. The Anaheim Ducks defeated the Oilers 5-2 in Game 6, ending their first-round series. CTV's Curtis Goodrum has more on the disappointed fans and players.
Edmonton's reign as the Western Conference champions is coming to an end.
After 2 previous appearances in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Edmonton Oilers failed to advance out of the first round.
An average team with high expectations, you're going to be disappointed.
In my opinion, just not
just not good enough.
This was the earliest the Oilers have been eliminated from the playoffs since 2021.
They close it out on home, won all 3 games at the Honda Center.
Head coach Chris Knobloch says injuries held his players back.
We've got some guys with some fractures that were playing through things that made it really difficult to play at their best.
Well, I think that it'd be surprising if there wasn't burnout for the players, especially a player like Connor McDavid, who went to the Olympics as well.
Sports psychologist Sydney Mildenberger says while the loss is devastating for the players, it may provide them with a much-needed break.
The whole team gets to just rest, recuperate, have that time. And for the fans, I think it's nice, as much as we want them to be there, it's nice to have a little rest too.
Many fans felt the game was over when the Oilers pulled their goalie.
No goalkeeper anymore, so when they score, everybody has left the bar.
I'm more sad for Connor not getting a cup. I'm more sad for Nugent not getting something. You know, I'm a little sad, but I'm just a guy.
I could tell people were injured and they just weren't there. The vibe wasn't there this whole run.
Fans hope next season the Oilers will be back contending for a cup. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
Football fans can now buy tickets for Edmonton Elks games. Single game tickets went on sale today for the general public. Tickets start at $20. The team also announced its theme nights. It includes a salute to service where the team will honor first responders, a country night, and the dog days of summer when fans can bring their pups to the game. The Elks' first game at Commonwealth Stadium is June 20th. Edmonton's outdoor pools are getting ready to make a splash this summer. The city's currently checking pool basins, touching up paint, and making sure the pools are sealed. It hopes the Waquentoen pool will be open for the May long weekend. Now, the city says that will happen as long as the weather cooperates. It says last year, the snow stopped falling 2 months before the pool's opening dates, compared to 3 weeks this year.
Just a few days ago, the water behind me was still frozen solid. Yesterday, my report was that it looked like a slushy, and today it's liquid. So if the weather continues to cooperate, it makes us moving quickly easier.
Now, the city hopes the Mill Creek and Queen Elizabeth pools will open at the end of May. The target date from Fred Broadstock is June 6th. The Borden Natural Pool is expected to open near the end of June. All right, first check on weather, and Josh is at the Mighty Millions Luxury Show Home in Keswick. Josh, you know, we're all waiting for pool weather.
Yeah, I mean, Lola and Arlo, I'm sure, would love to take a dip in the pool. Arlo was just telling me that he wants it to be 30 degrees. He's not happy with the 23 we had yesterday, are you, Arlo? No. Arlo and Lola are Stollery miracle kids, and you guys are unbelievable. We've been sitting here having a laugh. I can't believe the amount of time you have spent in the hospital, though, and you're still so full of life and excited. 70 surgeries, is that right, Arlo?
Yes, it is.
How are you feeling these days?
Well, the Stollery just is like home, your second home. Like, everybody knows you, and it's like it's in your backyard.
Right.
And you don't have to be scared to go there. You can think positive.
Listen, I think a lot of kids would be scared to go to the hospital. Do you agree with Arlo, though, about what he's saying about the Stollery, that it's, you know, the nurses and the doctors there are so good?
Yeah, just support people and help people get better.
Yeah. Which is why people should buy tickets in the lottery, don't you think?
Yeah. Buy those tickets now if you want them today at midnight. Go get them now.
That's right. MightyMillionsLottery.com is where you have to go. Midnight tonight is the absolute final deadline. You could win this house. You get $100,000 with that house. People could go get 50-50 tickets. You know what the 50-50 is at, Lola? Take a wild guess. And you're not even going to be close to high enough. $1.55 million. That'd be nice to win, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, should people buy tickets, Arlo?
Yes, buy tickets at MightyMillionsLottery.com midnight tonight to win this awesome house.
There you go. Do you guys want to help me do a little bit of weather? Here?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, bro. I like that a lot. All right, let's take a look at current temperatures in the Edmonton area. First we got to look through the drone. The drone's flying high over Edmonton. It's brought to you by Century Casinos. 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Now let's take a look at temperatures. 18 degrees in Edmonton right now. You see those numbers there, Arlo?
Yes, I see those numbers.
That is the wind. 20 gusting to 30 kilometers per hour. It's 18 as well south of the city. You see that green there, Lola?
Yeah.
Do you know what that green is?
Part of Earth.
It is part of the Earth. It's where it's raining on the Earth. So there's been some showers south of the city. Looks like we're going to get into a little bit of clearing as we head through the overnight period tonight. What's our temperature tomorrow morning there, Arlo?
4 degrees.
4 degrees to start, and then we'll get to a high of this one right here. 17 at noon, and then in the afternoon
20 degrees.
20 degrees. Is that warm enough for you, Arlo, or you still want 30?
I want 30.
All right, well, we'll see what we can do. We'll come back and take a look at the 5 and 10 day forecast and let you know if Arlo and Lola get their wish and they get their 30-degree temperatures. Back in a couple minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Well, coming up, marking the contributions of unions.
Talk about the importance of working people and the beneficial impact we have in society, and also some of the struggles we have.
How workers around the city spent International Workers' Day. Also, the province's Teacher Advisory Council officially naming its members on who will shape our education policy.
It's been 10 years since a wildfire so powerful it was nicknamed the Beast ripped through Fort McMurray, forcing more than 80,000 people to evacuate in an afternoon. Homes have been rebuilt and life goes on, but the fire has forever changed this city. I'm Jeremy Thompson, and I'll have more on Fort McMurray a decade after disaster on CTV News.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Alberta's government has appointed 16 members to the Teacher Advisory Council to help shape K-12 education policy. The council members, including teachers and teacher leaders, will have an opportunity to share their perspectives on emerging issues and policy. The members have been appointed for a term ending in June of 2027. They are eligible for reappointment. Participation is voluntary and unpaid, with meetings held online and outside of school hours. Parts of Alberta are putting out warnings about increased wildfire risk. Leduc County has put forward a fire advisory. It includes certain restrictions when it comes to fires, open burning with issued permits, and fires in approved burn barrels or fire pits are allowed. More restrictions could be coming if the situation does not change. A fire restriction is also in place for Sturgeon County. Fire permits there are suspended until further notice. A march in Edmonton today marked International Workers' Day. The Non-Academic Staff Association at the University of Alberta celebrated May Day with a march on campus. The Day of Recognition stems from the labor movement. Events are being held worldwide, calling for fair pay and safer workplaces. Organizers say today is meant to celebrate the work of unions while highlighting on-the-job struggles.
What we do is we try to get members out to celebrate with one another, celebrate our work, talk about the importance of working people and the beneficial impact we have in society, and also some of the struggles we have. But we want this to be a fun event to celebrate what we do and the contributions we make.
Quinn says the event is meant to bring staff, students, and community members together in solidarity. Pre-sale tickets for the Taste of Edmonton are now available. You can save $10 on a sheet of 40 tickets till the day before the festival. Once Taste of Edmonton begins, a sheet goes up to $69.50. Tickets can be bought at the head office, select co-op grocery stores and gas stations, or at the Edmonton Arts Council shop in Churchill Square. Now, during the festival, tickets are only available at booths inside the grounds. Taste of Edmonton runs for 11 days from July 16th to the 26th, and it's held at Winston Churchill Square. Well, after the break, a warning for people looking to explore the Rockies.
There's still avalanche hazard, and we're seeing lots of instances where people are getting up high and they're traversing avalanche slopes.
Which popular trails could get caught in an avalanche this spring?
I'm here with my new best friends, Arlo and Lola. Arlo's been making fun of the fact I can't grow a beard, aren't you, Arlo? Stop laughing so hard. And Lola's just happy that she's taller than me. Is it going to rain tomorrow or at all this weekend?
Not at all this weekend.
Yeah, she's also trying to take my job. We'll let you know if she's right after the break. My beard's not that bad.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The spring thaw comes with a warning from Parks Canada for hikers. People need to know what they are getting themselves into. CTV's Tyler Barrow explains.
The stunning spring in beautiful Banff has many swooping in to explore the area. These three are visiting from Montreal and are excited to summit Sulphur Mountain.
It's our first time doing it. It's a beautiful peak since a lot of the peaks are closed.
These three from Hamilton on the start of their vacation.
Some friends told us about the mountain and heard about it, looked it up online, checked it out, thought we'd just stop by and try it out for the day.
But as people get excited to hike, Parks Canada wants people to know what they're getting into.
We haven't started to see the snow melt that we sometimes see by the end of April on a maybe a more typical year. So lots more snow out there.
This comes after Parks was called to help stranded hikers several times over the past few weeks. They point to people slipping on icy trails and injuring themselves. Above the tree line, it's still very much winter after the Rockies experienced a near record snowpack.
There's still avalanche hazard. And we're seeing lots of instances where people are getting up high and they're traversing avalanche slopes.
It's advising of significant avalanche hazard for popular trails like the ascent of Mount Rundle from Banff, unofficial trails on Sulphur Mountain, along with the Corey Pass Loop. Several trails in Lake Louise also pose avalanche hazard. Parks recommends people have avalanche training for these trails. Those heading out are advised to wear ice cleats. As some know, you have to be prepared.
It's great to, be aware of the risks, but trying to be as safe as possible and making the most of it.
Parks Canada is issuing the warning as Avalanche Canada ends its regularly updated forecasts. However, the advisory group says avalanche hazards can continue well into spring. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Banff.
All right, we're heading back to the Mighty Millions Lottery show home. We got Josh, we got Arlo, we got Lola, and you're going to give us a little bit more of what we can expect for weather this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to completely ignore Arlo and Lola because they've been doing nothing but harassing me this entire time. Haven't you? You want to get out and do some golfing, hey?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why you got this Montreal Canadiens hat on, though.
Well, they're the only Canadian team left. Come on.
That is true. Lola, are you on the Habs bandwagon, the Montreal bandwagon?
No, but I'm into makeup.
No! Okay. Well, you can give me some makeup tips a little bit later. Someone told me I'm looking a little shiny. Let's take a look outside right now. Action Furnace River Valley Skycam is brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. 18 degrees. Starting to see a little bit of blue poke through those clouds right now. Our daytime high today was all of 19 degrees. It was even warmer off to the east, 20 in Lloydminster, 22 in Coronation. Do you remember what that green stuff was, Lola?
Part of the rain.
The rain, that's right. The showers off to the south of the city. Looks like most of that's now moving out of the Edmonton area. There's a little bit of clearing there off to the northwest, and we'll see more of that clearing overnight tonight. That little twist there, just north of Saskatchewan, that is a low pressure system, and it was the cold front that went through that gave us the gusty wind this afternoon and the showers, which mostly passed south of the Edmonton area. And now we're into some clearing through the rest of this evening and overnight tonight, and sunny for tomorrow. So you were right, Lola. No rain this weekend.
Yeah, I was right.
Yes, you're not surprised by that at all. Arlo, does that surprise you that your sister was right?
No, she knows everything.
Oh, wow. You guys really you must be twins. There's some scattered showers in northeastern Alberta on Sunday. Here in Edmonton, I don't think we'll see any of that. We'll just see a little bit of a breeze on Sunday and partly cloudy skies. There's your nice warm temperatures in the oranges and reds through the course of the weekend. Watch what happens, though, after the weekend. Little bit of a cool down into Monday, Tuesday. before it warms back up on Wednesday. Probably not 30, though, Lola.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to break it to Arlo. He's not going to get his 30 degrees anytime soon. Right now, it is
18 degrees.
That's right. A little cooler in Slave Lake at 9. It's 15 in Fort McMurray. Most of the province dealing with, central regions dealing still with some gusty wind. We'll see that wind die down through this evening. Temperatures will drop to about 4 degrees tomorrow morning and then up to around 21 with light wind and some sunshine. Breezy on Sunday, gusts to about 30 or 40 kilometers per hour. Again, about 20 or 21. And then 15 and 16. That's not very cold, is it?
No.
No, it's just back to average for Monday and Tuesday, and then another warm-up Wednesday, Thursday. Hey, that's the house. That's the couch we're sitting in right now.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm scared that Megan's sitting.
Yes, Megan is sitting in one of those green chairs. They could all be yours if you get your tickets before midnight tonight. MightyMillionsLottery.com. It's a $2.5 million grand prize package. Should people get their tickets, Lola?
Yes. At midnight tonight.
Yeah, well, do it before midnight tonight because that's the deadline. Arlo, you're still looking at my lack of a beard, aren't you?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's because there's nothing to see there. Back with one more look at your forecast later in the newscast.
Thank you all. Well, still to come, tackling the backlog of airline complaints.
You get nowhere. It takes forever. I haven't got time to worry about it. And I just don't believe that anything will ever be done.
The feds are promising to speed up the way it handles complaints, which could include fines. Also,
my meat consumption has gone down significantly, and for me, there needs to be an offset.
As gas prices soar, some are cutting back in other areas to help pay for fuel.
Programming brought to you by Century Casino. 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
The federal government says it has a plan to tackle the backlog of air travel complaints, which is now close to 100,000. Travelers have long been calling for action to speed up the process, as some cases have taken years to be resolved. CTV's Abigail Beeman reports.
Delayed till 12:45, then delayed till 1:10 a.m.
Frequent flyer Robert Walker says he's collected so many delay and cancellation messages from airlines he can write a book.
You get nowhere. It takes forever. I haven't got time to worry about it. And I just don't believe that anything will ever be done.
He's not optimistic about the federal government's commitment to better handle air travel complaints, included in the spring economic update.
We put in place a system that, in hindsight, was onerous, expensive, took too long.
The feds now proposing to quadruple the fines airlines could face to a maximum of $1 million. Clear the complaint backlog by using a third party based on the successful model in the UK and EU, and simplify the complaint process.
The exemptions, the lack of clarity, the confusion, the loopholes.
Since January, the Canadian Transportation Agency tells CTV News it's received more than 1,000 complaints every week. That backlog now stands at 97,000, and it can take more than 2 years for your complaint to be reviewed.
This is really, I would argue, the first time that we've seen the government acknowledge that the system itself needs to be reformed. And so we're encouraged by that.
The National Airlines Council of Canada told us that before new details about much bigger fines emerged Friday, and wouldn't share updated reaction.
I don't believe the government.
While this air passenger rights advocate says Ottawa is offering smoke and mirrors.
The government is essentially trying to solve a PR problem. When they are going to privatize it, they will be able to shake their finger at whatever third party is running the adjudication process and say, you're not doing your job well.
Gabor Lukash says the reason the system works better in Europe isn't because of a third-party system, but rather easy-to-follow rules about whether compensation is owed, which he would like to see in Canada. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Air Canada is pausing its financial outlook for the rest of the year. The decision comes as jet fuel prices remain volatile because of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Air Canada CEO Michael Rousseau says the move is not unique to the airline. He says rising jet fuel prices have created an industry-wide challenge. Air Canada says it expects to be able to offset between 50% and 60% of the estimated incremental fuel expense in the second quarter. As the war in Iran enters its second month, gas prices here are climbing higher, and with drivers having to pay more, savings need to come from somewhere else. CTV's Adrian Gabriel has more on drivers trying to cut other expenses so they can afford to fill up.
With gas prices soaring, Canadians are feeling less than fulfilled at the pumps.
It's ridiculous, to be honest.
When you look at the price on the pump, what goes through your mind?
Am I going to have to put my car away for a bit?
What we're paying is a direct result as to what's going on in the Middle East.
The war in Iran and the subsequent closure of the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil normally travels through, has sent prices peaking.
I paid $170.
CTV News crunched the numbers. An average size vehicle has about a 50-liter gas tank. Most Canadians fill up once per week. The cheapest national average for gas so far this year is about $1.22 per liter. Over a 12-month period, that would run you about $3,172 in gas per year. On the high end, the national average now sits at about $1.84 per liter. If the high price sticks around, it would cost an average of about $4,784 a year at the pumps. That's a difference of $1,612.
I think it's going to get much higher. I see $2 a liter as not only a possibility, it's a probability at this stage.
The potential increase has some drivers already cutting back on other expenses. You'd have to cut back on activities with your family.
Yes, I'm going to have to, due to the fact that the gas prices are affecting us a lot.
My meat consumption has gone down significantly, and for me, there needs to be an offset.
Those watching the market say there's a belief that elevated prices could be the new normal for several more months.
I can see this going to the end of the year. Merry Christmas.
Analysts tell us that even if the Strait of Hormuz was reopened today, it would take at least 2 months before we see any meaningful decrease in the price here at the pumps. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Well, still to come, game on, but with conditions.
And that's entirely based on the snowfall that we saw over the last couple of weeks.
Well, city fields are now open. However, a late start to spring means some fields may not be game ready. Also,
there's going to be an even more golden generation, an even brighter generation that comes after it, and that we continue to just chip away at becoming a true footballing nation.
One Canadian national soccer team players hopes to inspire others at the upcoming World Cup. And it is play ball down at Remax Field. This is the Edmonton Collegiate Riverhawks. They are taking on UBC, and that field looking pretty good. Riverhawks will be starting their season May 29th. We'll be back after the break. Taking a look at today's markets, the Canadian dollar traded for 73 cents to the American dollar. Oil was down $3.13, closing the day at $101 US a barrel. Gold gained nearly $15 on the day. The TSX fell 73 points, while the Dow Jones was down 153 points. City fields are now open, but the Edmonton Minor Soccer Association says not all are ready for play. The association says recent weather is impacting some fields. It says frozen ground and wet conditions means crews can't paint lines, leaving some fields unplayable.
And that's entirely based on the snowfall that we saw over the last couple of weeks. The impact that has in our crew's ability to get out and mow, trim, do the maintenance required on the facilities, and get them lined. It's difficult to do that when there's snow on the fields. So some things are a little bit delayed.
The city says if a field isn't usable, teams will be notified through the booking system immediately. The Canadian Elite Basketball League is bringing the Battle of Alberta back to Red Deer. On May 31st, the Calgary Surge and the Edmonton Stingers will face off at the Marchant Crane Centrium. Now, tickets are available online. Last year's Battle of Alberta was the fourth highest grossing and attended game in the franchise's history. Now, the Surge will be hosting two more marquee games this season, taking on the Montreal Alliance in Lethbridge, and on June 2nd, that's on June 2nd, and the Vancouver Bandits will play in Calgary on July 9th. A game-worn Wayne Gretzky jersey has set a new world record for hockey memorabilia. The Oilers jersey from 1988, which was Gretzky's last year, was just sold for $2.8 million US. Now, this game was also known as the infamous Boston Garden Blackout game. In 2022, the jersey was valued at almost $1.5 million. Well, with just 6 weeks to go until the World Cup, Canada will look to go for the championship on home field. CTV News sat down with a key part of Team Canada. Defender Alistair Johnston has played more than 50 times for his country. He's become also a star in Scotland. Here's CTV's Omar Sachedino.
A passionate defender and key starter for Team Canada. Soccer is in Alistair Johnston's DNA.
You know, the Premier League games that would come on at 7 a.m. or rushing home from school on a Tuesday and Wednesday to catch the Champions League games, that's kind of like some of my fondest memories growing up.
A love of the game passed on by his father, Bill.
What sort of influence did he have on your upbringing?
It was just something that was instilled in us from such a young age, going out in the backyard, playing all together as a family. It's something that, you know, some of the moments that I cherish most of my childhood.
That passion has propelled him into pro leagues. Johnston's breakout year with CF Montreal in 2022 got him noticed by Scottish soccer giant Celtic, his current club, where he says he had to grow quickly.
You get dropped into a fishbowl like Glasgow and you're playing for one of the two biggest teams there. It gets loud and you realize, okay, that is what my life is going to be like playing for a club like Celtic. It forces you to mature at a very young age.
Now focused on the World Cup on home soil. As a player born in Vancouver but raised just outside Toronto, he has roots in both Canadian host cities.
Do you have a favorite? Do you feel an affinity towards one or the other?
It's really a tough one. I've got a real kind of tight, close connection to both, I'd say. And ideally, in my opinion, I like to try and represent both as best as I can. So I'm always proud whenever someone asks me, are you from Vancouver or Toronto? I say, yeah, both.
About to represent both and Canada on the biggest stage in the world. Unyielding in a quest to keep pushing this country to the next level.
We might say that this was a golden generation, but then there's going to be an even more golden generation, an even brighter generation that comes after it, and that we continue to just chip away at becoming a true footballing nation.
Omar Sachedino, CTV News, Toronto.
Well, still ahead, a bizarre scene in the water in Florida.
But that's not even the most impressive part. Here's a dog on his jet ski.
We're not even in the dog days of summer, but this pooch is already finding ways to cool off.
We've got another great night of entertainment coming up right here on CTV.
Well, most dogs can be taught to sit or roll over, but this trick is truly something else.
Guys, there's literally a guy that's like flying, but that's not even the most impressive part. He has a dog on his jet ski.
This was in Florida. The man who filmed this feat told a local paper he thought he was hallucinating. He said this happened on Wednesday and that the dog looked pretty happy. All right, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your evening. Good night.